explain uninsured motorist coverage and why I would pay extra for it if I'm already covered for collision and injuries. And Amy, boy, do we have your guy right here. This guy, uninsured motorist coverage. Right. You're like Bill, uninsured motorist coverage island.
Well, it's very important. It's one of the major things we do in our practice, because I mean, think about it this way: probably 1/3, if not more, of all drivers in the state of Alabama are driving without insurance. And so you have to protect yourself. You know, you can't decide what other people do. You can't depend on what other people should and should not do. Liability coverage is absolutely required by law in the state of Alabama. But again, probably 1/3 of all drivers. And if you're sitting at a red light and you watch 10 cars go by, 3 or 4 of those cars are not going to have any liability coverage whatsoever. So if you are injured in an accident by one of those people, you're not going to have any, they're not going to have any coverage that you can fall back on, because chances are, if they do not have liability coverage, they're not going to have a lot of money sitting in the bank. And so therefore, you have to depend on yourself and the decisions you make. So uninsured motorist coverage, absolutely the most important insurance, in my opinion, that you can have, because it protects you in 2 ways. If the person has either A, no insurance whatsoever, or B, not enough insurance. And what I mean by that, in the state of Alabama, the minimum limits you can carry is $25,000. And think about that for a second. If you're badly injured in an automobile accident, $25,000 goes like that. And so you have to have uninsured motorist coverage to supplement whatever coverage they may or may not have. So just trust me, there is no reason under the sun, there's no reason at all not to have uninsured motorist coverage. Even if you have an old jalopy for a vehicle and you do not want to have collision coverage and you just want to have liability only, that's fine. But do not waive, under any circumstances, do not waive that uninsured motorist coverage.
And it's cheap, super
it's
cheap.
It's cheap, and it's very inexpensive, and you need it. Just trust me, don't inquire about it with your agent, because sometimes the agent may not want you to have it. That's for another show, but absolutely get it. Do not, under any circumstances, waive it.